1.6 billion liters of milk are consumed worldwide every day, thanks to 260 million dairy cows. To meet this massive demand, factories use advanced machines that transform liquid milk into powder. But how is this done? And what makes powdered milk so important? The idea of turning milk into powder was first introduced in 1802 by French scientist François, primarily as a way to feed soldiers during wartime. Milk powder was easy to carry, didn't spoil, and could be used as a nutritious food source. Today, the United States produces more than 79 billion liters of milk each year, which averages to 87 liters of milk per person per year. This milk comes from over 60,000 dairy farms, supported by around 9 million cows, bred specifically for milk production. Modern dairy farms have adopted advanced technologies to improve efficiency. A single farmer can hand milk about 6 cows per hour, but with the help of milking machines, up to 100 cows can be milked in the same amount of time. This technological improvement not only makes the milking process faster, but also enhances the quality of milk. On larger farms, cows are milked in rotary carousels or milking parlors, where up to 80 cows can be milked at once. The milking machine uses a cup that adapts to the cow's udder, mimicking the effect of a human hand by applying a gentle suction and massage. This action encourages the cow to release milk. As the milk is collected in a container, a vacuum pump helps transfer it through a hose and into a storage tank. The milk is carefully analyzed during the process to ensure it is of high quality. For example, if the milk is too hot or contains blood, it is discarded automatically. After the milk is collected and passed quality checks, it is stored in refrigerated tanks at a temperature of 3 degrees Celsius to keep it fresh. The milk is then transported from the farm to the processing plant in refrigerated trucks. Once it arrives, the milk undergoes further inspection in a laboratory, where its fat and salt content are checked to ensure they meet required standards. If the milk is accepted, it is pumped into large storage tanks that can hold millions of liters. However, the milk still contains too much fat for most people's diets, so the next step is to separate it. Raw milk contains various solids, such as fat, proteins, and minerals, all suspended in liquid. To separate these solids, the milk is sent through a centrifuge, a machine that spins the milk rapidly to separate the lighter milk from the heavier solids. The heavier skimmed milk moves toward the outside, while the cream collects in the center. This process allows for the production of skimmed milk, which is then used to make powdered milk. Even after separation, the milk still needs to be pasteurized to remove harmful bacteria and ensure it is safe for consumption. Pasteurization involves heating the milk to about 72 degrees Celsius for a set period, killing harmful bacteria without changing the milk's taste or nutritional content. After pasteurization, the milk is cooled quickly to maintain its quality. This process takes less than 40 seconds and kills up to 99% of bacteria present in the milk. The next step is concentration, where the water content is reduced and the milk solids become more concentrated. This is done by introducing the milk into an evaporator, a device designed to remove water by turning it into steam. The evaporator works by using heat to turn the water in the milk into steam, which is then separated. The milk is pumped through several towers, where it is heated and concentrated. This process is repeated multiple times until most of the water has been removed. The remaining concentrated milk is then cooled, packaged, and stored in tanks. Once the milk has been concentrated, it is ready to be made into powder. The concentrated milk is cooled to prevent moisture from forming and causing clumping. It is then packaged into airtight containers, such as sealed cans, to protect it from moisture and contamination. This packaging is crucial for ensuring the powder remains fresh and easy to store. The entire process of turning fresh milk into powder is an intricate and carefully controlled operation, but it is essential to ensure the milk remains safe, fresh, and ready for consumption. The production of powdered milk is an important part of the dairy industry. With the use of advanced technology and rigorous quality control processes, factories can efficiently turn fresh milk into a stable, long-lasting product. This process allows milk to be transported easily, stored without refrigeration, and enjoyed by people around the world. Right here, we have a beef patties factory. The process starts by grinding beef into small pieces. Then, the ground beef is mixed with spices, salt, and other ingredients to add flavor. This mixture is placed into a machine that shapes it into round, flat patties. The patties are carefully frozen to ensure they are safe to eat and remain fresh. The patties are packaged in plastic or boxes, labeled and sent out to stores or restaurants. This process helps produce beef patties quickly and safely ready for people to enjoy in their meals. Now, let's take a closer look at this pre-packaged sandwiches factory, using a streamlined process to ensure they are fresh, safe, and ready to eat. It all begins with sourcing fresh ingredients like bread, meats, cheeses, vegetables, and condiments. These ingredients are delivered to the factory and stored in temperature-controlled areas to maintain their quality. First, the bread is sliced and placed on assembly lines. Then, spreads like butter or mayonnaise are applied evenly using automated machines. Next, layers of fillings, such as meats, cheeses, or vegetables, are added according to the recipe. Another slice of bread is placed on top to complete the sandwich. The sandwiches are then cut, if needed, and packaged in plastic or cardboard containers. They are sealed to keep them fresh and labeled with details like ingredients and expiration dates. Finally, the packaged sandwiches undergo quality checks before being distributed to stores for customers to enjoy. Here at the Grün Fish Factory, you'll find state-of-the-art facilities that were recently renovated with new advanced equipment. One highlight is the MSC 55MA slicer, which can cut salmon into slices between 2 to 60 millimeters thick at precise angles ranging from 10 degrees to 70 degrees. Equally impressive is the deboning system, which works at an incredible speed of up to 50 fillets per minute, with an accuracy of just 0.2 millimeters. And here we have an inside look at how ketchup is made in factories, through a well-organized process to ensure it tastes great and is safe to eat. It starts with fresh tomatoes, which are washed thoroughly to remove any dirt or impurities. The tomatoes are then crushed into a thick pulp and cooked to enhance their flavor and remove excess water. Next, other key ingredients like sugar, vinegar, salt, and spices are added to the tomato mixture. These ingredients are blended together to create the ketchup's signature taste. The mixture is cooked again to ensure it's smooth and consistent. Once ready, The ketchup is filtered to remove seeds or skin for a smooth texture. It is then poured into bottles or pouches using automated machines. The containers are sealed tightly to keep the ketchup fresh. Finally, the ketchup is labeled and packed into boxes for delivery to stores and restaurants worldwide. As we continue exploring how beloved treats are made, let's take a closer look at the process behind factory-made apple pies. The process starts with fresh apples that are washed, peeled, and sliced into even pieces. These slices are mixed with sugar, cinnamon, and other spices to make the delicious filling. At the same time, dough is prepared, rolled out, and shaped into pie crusts. The filling is carefully added, and a top crust is placed to seal the pie. Each pie is then baked in large ovens until golden and fragrant. Once cooled, the pies are packaged securely and sent to stores so they're ready for customers to enjoy at home. Let's take a look at the Baby Bell factory that produces millions of small snack cheese balls. It all begins with milk sourced from dairy suppliers. The milk is pasteurized to eliminate harmful bacteria, ensuring safety and freshness. Next, a starter culture and rennet are added to the milk, initiating the cheese-making process by curdling the milk and separating it into curds and whey. The curds are then cut and drained to remove excess whey, forming the base of the cheese. These curds are pressed into molds, shaping them into Baby Bell's signature small, round wheels. Once molded, the cheese is aged in a controlled environment to develop its mild and creamy flavor. After aging, the cheese wheels are coated in a protective layer of red wax, which seals in freshness and prevents spoilage. Finally, the wax-covered cheeses are wrapped in the iconic Baby Bell packaging. And here we have an ice cream sandwich factory. In the assembly line, the ice cream is dispensed onto one cookie layer using automated machinery. Another cookie is placed on top, forming the sandwich. The sandwiches are then passed through a pressing machine to ensure uniform size and shape. Next, the sandwiches are flash frozen to maintain their structure and texture. Finally, they are individually wrapped, boxed, and stored in cold storage. Frozen pizza is produced in factories using a highly efficient method that combines advanced technology with stringent quality control to provide tasty, convenient meals. It all begins with preparing the dough, made from a precise blend of flour, water, yeast, and other ingredients. The dough is mixed and left to rise before being rolled into flat sheets and cut into the desired pizza shapes. Next, the pizza bases are partially baked in high-temperature ovens, ensuring a firm crust while maintaining softness inside. After cooling, the partially baked crusts move along conveyor belts to the topping stations. Here, sauce is evenly spread, followed by layers of cheese, meats, and vegetables. Each topping is applied with precision using automated dispensers to guarantee consistency. The fully assembled pizzas are then flash frozen in specialized freezers that rapidly reduce their temperature. This process locks in freshness and preserves the taste and texture of the ingredients. Once frozen, the pizzas are packaged in boxes designed to prevent damage and maintain product quality during transport. Throughout the production, rigorous quality control checks ensure every pizza meets safety and flavor standards. These frozen pizzas are then distributed to stores ready to provide customers with a quick and delicious meal option. And here we have the process of making burger buns. It all begins with selecting high-quality ingredients. The main components of burger buns are flour, water, yeast, sugar, and butter or oil. Once the ingredients arrive, it's time to mix the dough. Large industrial mixers combine ingredients in precise quantities. After mixing, the dough is divided into perfectly portioned pieces. These pieces are shaped into buns using automated machines. At this stage, the buns may also receive a dusting of flour or sesame seeds, depending on the type of burger bun being made. Once shaped, they are sent to the proofing chamber. This is a warm, humid environment where the dough rises for the final time before baking. Next up is the baking process. The buns bake at high temperatures until they turn golden brown. This step requires precise timing and temperature control to ensure that they are perfectly baked. During baking, the yeast creates bubbles in the dough, giving them their signature soft texture. After baking, the buns need to cool down before they can be packaged. They are transferred to cooling racks where fans help bring them to room temperature. Once cooled, they are ready for packaging. In the packaging section, buns are placed into plastic bags or other packaging materials to keep them fresh. Automated packaging machines ensure the process is fast and efficient. This factory in the Netherlands produces thousands of syrup waffles daily.
Who can resist a delicious ice cream bar that's covered in chocolate? The process of making it begins with crafting the ice cream base. High-quality ingredients such as milk, cream, sugar, and flavorings are blended in large tanks to achieve a smooth consistency. Once ready, the base is poured into bar-shaped molds and sent into a blast freezer, where rapid freezing prevents the formation of ice crystals, ensuring the ice cream stays creamy and smooth. When the bars are semi-solid, wooden sticks are inserted into each one. Using robotic arms, the sticks are placed at precise angles to ensure they're stable for handling and dipping. And the bars are then fully frozen to prepare for the next step. Next comes the most exciting part, the chocolate coating. Each bar is carefully dipped into melted chocolate, maintained at the perfect temperature for an even coat. The chocolate hardens almost instantly upon contact with the cold ice cream, forming a crisp shell that seals in the creamy core. Some bars may even be sprinkled with nuts, cookie crumbs, or other toppings before the chocolate sets. Once coated, the bars are transported via conveyor belts to the wrapping station, where each is individually sealed in airtight packaging to preserve freshness. After wrapping, the bars pass through a thorough quality control inspection. Inspectors ensure that every bar meets strict standards for size, shape, and appearance. Finally, the ice cream bars are packed into boxes and sent to distribution centers. From cacao farms to bustling factories, the process of making chocolate starts in tropical regions where cacao trees produce large, colorful pods. Inside each pod are cacao beans, which are harvested by hand. Farmers open the pods and scoop out the beans, which are then left to ferment for several days. After fermentation, the beans are dried under the sun for about a week before being packed and sent to chocolate factories. Once the dried beans reach the factory, the first step is roasting. Roasting helps to develop and enhance the flavor of the chocolate. The beans are roasted at a specific temperature and time depending on the type of chocolate being made. During roasting, the shells of the beans become brittle, making it easier to remove them in the next step. The beans release their delicious aroma, filling the factory with the scent of chocolate. After roasting, the beans are cracked open, and their outer shells are removed in a process called winnowing. This leaves behind cacao nibs, which are the purest form of chocolate. The nibs are packed with cocoa solids and cocoa butter, both essential for making chocolate. Next, the cacao nibs are ground into a thick paste known as chocolate liquor, a pure liquid form of chocolate rich and intense in flavor. The chocolate liquor then undergoes a process called conching. During conching, the chocolate is continuously mixed and aerated, often for hours or even days, to develop a smooth texture and mellow flavor. Conching breaks down particles, making the chocolate creamier and less gritty. Depending on the type of chocolate, other ingredients like sugar, milk powder, and vanilla are added to the chocolate liquor. For milk chocolate, powdered milk gives it a creamy taste, while white chocolate contains no cocoa solids. Only cocoa butter, sugar, and milk powder. These ingredients are carefully measured and mixed in ensuring that every batch has the perfect balance of sweetness and texture. Once the chocolate is blended, it goes through a process called tempering. Tempering involves cooling and reheating the chocolate at specific temperatures to align the cocoa butter crystals. This step is essential for giving chocolate that shiny finish and satisfying snap. Tempering also ensures that the chocolate will have a smooth texture and won't easily melt when handled. After tempering, the liquid chocolate is poured into molds to give it shape, whether it's a bar, truffle, or unique shape. The molds then go through a cooling tunnel where the chocolate solidifies, setting the shape and giving it that glossy appearance we all recognize. Once cooled, the chocolate is ready for packaging. Automated machines wrap each piece with precision, protecting it and ensuring freshness. Packaging is not just for preservation, it's a part of the brand experience, giving each chocolate product its unique look.
The journey of making 7-Up begins with the main ingredients: carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, and natural lemon-lime flavors. These are carefully blended to create the base syrup. The mixture is then precisely carbonated, giving 7-Up its signature fizz. Next, the carbonated syrup is piped into a filling machine that dispenses the perfect amount of soda into each bottle or can. Every bottle and can is capped and sealed to lock in the carbonation, keeping the soda fresh and fizzy. Throughout the process, rigorous quality control tests ensure that every can meets 7UP's high standards. Once checked, the bottles and cans are labeled and packed for distribution, ready to be shipped to stores worldwide. From factory to your fridge, that's how every can of 7UP is made. Crisp, refreshing, and always ready to quench your thirst. Eggs are a versatile ingredient used in various industries, from bakeries and pastry shops to pasta factories. Need to separate egg whites from yolks? This machine can accomplish this at a speed of 220 eggs per hour. For sorting eggs, the MT8 machine excels with 12 brushes and the ability to adjust the ideal temperature between 40 degrees Celsius and 55 degrees Celsius. This machine designed to wash, sort, and separate egg whites from yolks with remarkable efficiency, processing up to 25,600 eggs per hour. From the ocean to the can, the process of making canned tuna involves careful handling, cooking, and preservation to deliver a delicious and safe product to consumers. It all starts at sea, where fishing vessels are equipped with modern technologies to sustainably catch tuna. Once the tuna is caught, it's stored in temperature-controlled holds to keep it fresh during transportation to the factory. Upon arrival at the factory, the tuna is immediately unloaded and sorted based on size and species. This ensures that each batch of canned tuna meets specific quality standards. Next, the tuna is cleaned to remove any scales or impurities. They are thoroughly washed to prepare them for the next stages of production. Once cleaned, the whole tuna is placed into steam chambers or large ovens to be pre-cooked. This step helps to separate the meat from the bones and makes it easier to process. The tuna is cooked at a specific temperature and time to ensure that the meat remains tender while killing any harmful bacteria. After cooking, it's removed from the ovens and cooled down. Factory workers then begin the process of deboning and filleting the fish. This step is crucial for ensuring the tuna is free from bones, skin, or any undesirable parts. Next, the filleted tuna is portioned and placed into cans. Depending on the variety, it may be packed in water, oil, or brine to enhance flavor and shelf life. The liquid not only preserves the tuna, but also keeps it moist and flavorful for consumers. Once the tuna and liquid are packed into cans where they are sealed to lock in freshness. They are then subjected to a high-temperature sterilization process to ensure they are free from bacteria and have a long shelf life. This step is critical for food safety and allows canned tuna to be stored for months without refrigeration. After the sterilization process, the cans are cooled and sent down the line for labeling. Each can is labeled with important information like the type of tuna ingredients and expiration date. Finally, the labeled cans are packed into boxes and prepared for shipment to supermarkets and stores around the world. And here we have, gummy worms are also a popular treat enjoyed by people of all ages around the world. The manufacturing of gummy worms begins with the preparation of the ingredients. This typically includes gelatin, water, sugar, corn syrup, flavorings, and food coloring. Gelatin is the primary ingredient that gives gummy candies their chewy texture. The first step in the production process is to mix the gelatin with water in large tanks. This mixture is heated and stirred until the gelatin is completely dissolved, creating a thick and sticky liquid. Sugar, corn syrup, and flavorings are then added to the mix to enhance the taste of the gummy worms. Once the base mixture is ready, it is transferred to a cooking vessel where it is heated to a specific temperature. This process is crucial as it helps to activate the gelatin and bind the ingredients together. The mixture is continuously stirred to ensure that it cooks evenly and does not burn. After the mixture reaches the desired consistency, it is poured into molds shaped like worms. These molds are typically made of silicone and feature intricate details to replicate the look of real worms. Food coloring is added at this stage to give the gummy worms their vibrant and eye-catching colors. The filled molds are then left to set and cool for several hours. This allows the gummy worms to solidify and take on their characteristic, chewy texture. Once the gummy worms have fully set, they are removed from the molds and inspected for quality control. Any gummy worms that do not meet the manufacturer's standards are discarded, while the ones that pass inspection are packaged and prepared for distribution. The packaging process involves sealing the gummy worms in bags or containers to protect them from moisture and maintain their freshness. Finally, the packaged gummy worms are shipped to stores where they are sold to consumers. And here, we have the process of making chicken nuggets in a factory, which involves several steps to ensure quality and consistency. Firstly, the chicken used to make nuggets comes from trustworthy suppliers and is carefully inspected to make sure it meets quality standards. After that, the chicken is ground and mixed with a variety of ingredients, such as seasonings, breadcrumbs, and binders, to create a flavorful and cohesive mixture. Next, the seasoned chicken mixture is formed into nugget shapes using molds or extrusion machines. These nuggets are then coated with a breading mixture, which typically consists of flour, salt, and spices to add a crispy outer layer. After breading, the nuggets are typically fried in hot oil to achieve a golden and crispy exterior. Once cooked, the nuggets go through a quality control process to ensure they meet food safety standards. This may involve visual inspection, temperature checks, and sampling for taste and texture. After passing quality control, the nuggets are either packaged for distribution to retailers or restaurants or frozen for later use. Packaging is crucial to maintain freshness and prevent contamination during transportation. While the process of making chicken nuggets in a factory involves multiple steps and the use of machinery, it is important to note that not all chicken nuggets are created equal. Some companies may use higher quality ingredients or follow different production methods to create their nuggets. McDonald's likely produces and sells around 20 to 25 million chicken nuggets daily worldwide, leading to an annual production of over 7 billion nuggets. These figures provide a general sense of the scale of nugget production, though the actual numbers could be higher due to fluctuations in demand and promotional activities. Nescafe is made through a detailed process that transforms coffee beans into instant coffee. It starts with selecting high-quality coffee beans, usually a blend of Arabica and Robusta, are sourced from various regions. The beans are carefully selected based on flavor profiles, aroma, and quality. The beans are roasted to specific temperatures to develop the desired flavor and aroma. The degree of roasting varies depending on the final product, such as dark roast or medium roast. After roasting, the beans are finely ground to increase the surface area, which aids in extracting coffee essence during brewing. The ground coffee is brewed in large industrial machines, similar to how coffee is made at home, but on a much larger scale. This process extracts the rich flavors and essential oils from the coffee grounds. The brewed coffee is concentrated by evaporating some of the water content, resulting in a thicker coffee solution. The concentrated coffee is dried to create instant coffee granules or powder. Two main drying methods are used. The coffee solution is sprayed into a stream of hot air, causing the water to evaporate and leaving behind fine coffee powder. The coffee solution is frozen, then water is removed through sublimation, preserving the aroma and flavor. Finally, the dried coffee granules are sealed in airtight packaging to ensure freshness. The process of making Twizzlers begins with mixing ingredients such as corn syrup, wheat flour, sugar, cornstarch, and other flavorings in large industrial mixers. This mixture is then heated to create a smooth, pliable paste. Once the paste is ready, it is extruded through a die that shapes the candy into long ropes. These ropes are then twisted to give Twizzlers their signature appearance. The twisting process occurs rapidly and is carefully monitored to ensure consistency in the size and shape of the final product. After the twisting process, the Twizzlers are cooled and cut into individual pieces of the desired length. They are then packaged for distribution to stores and consumers. Quality control is an essential part of the manufacturing process to ensure that the Twizzlers meet the company's standards for taste, texture, and appearance. Bacon is a breakfast staple, loved for its crispiness and rich flavor. The process of making it starts with selecting high-quality pork bellies. Each piece is inspected for quality, then trimmed to the ideal size and thickness. The pork bellies go through a curing process where they're seasoned with a mixture of salt, sugar, and spices. This step not only adds flavor, but also preserves the meat, giving bacon its unique taste. The pork bellies are cooled and then sliced into thin, even strips. Automated slicers ensure each piece is the perfect thickness, whether it's thick cut or regular. The slices are then carefully packed to keep them fresh. Each package goes through quality control to ensure consistency and safety. While there are many great donuts out there, today I'll be focusing on the process of making Krispy Kreme donut in factory. Krispy Kreme typically makes donuts twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening, though each store might do it a little differently. First, the ingredients for the dough arrive at each Krispy Kreme factory in large bags. The dough is mixed with water and yeast, and its temperature is carefully regulated during the process. Once mixed, the dough is transferred into a hopper where it rests for about 10 minutes. A crane then moves the hopper over the extruder, which shapes the dough into rings using air pressure. No need to cut a hole. The extruder shapes the dough into a perfect ring from the start. Next, the donuts rise in a proofer, a large box that slowly moves the donuts on a conveyor belt for about 30 minutes. Inside, hot and humid air activates the yeast, causing the donuts to expand. Once they've risen, they're ready to be fried. The fryer is filled with hot vegetable shortening, where the donuts are cooked for about 45 seconds on each side. After frying, they are given time to cool before reaching the glaze waterfall. The glaze, whose recipe is a closely guarded secret, coats the donuts evenly before any excess glaze is recycled for the next batch. Once glazed, the donuts travel through the cooling tunnel to ensure the glaze fully hardens before being boxed or placed on trays for sale. Glazed donut is the most popular, but the company also makes many other varieties. Some donuts are dipped in colored icing or sprinkles after they cool, while others, like sugar donuts, skip the glaze altogether. Filled donuts, which don't have holes, are filled with special fillings by hand. The extruder can also be adjusted to create different shapes for special occasions. While the machine handles much of the process, skilled workers are essential. They monitor the machines, adjust settings, and even have an emergency stop button for safety. Above the fryer, a fire suppression system is in place in case of an emergency. Krispy Kreme produces around 20 million donuts per day globally, with an annual production of over 7 billion donuts. Their most famous product is the original glazed donut, and they operate in more than 30 countries, supplying both retail locations and various stores and supermarkets. From peanuts to perfect paste, we all love the creamy and nutty flavor of peanut butter, spread on toast, or just straight from the spoon. But do you know how it is made in factory? Our journey begins with harvesting of peanut in farms, where this machine gently lifts the plants from the ground, flipping them upside down so the peanuts are exposed. The plants are left to dry in the field for a few days, allowing moisture to evaporate and preparing the peanuts for storage. Then a harvester collects the dried peanuts, separating them from the plants. The harvested peanuts are then sent to processing facilities. Raw peanuts are sourced from farms and arrive at the factory, where they go through a rigorous quality check. Any peanuts that don't meet the required standards are removed to ensure only the best make it to the production line. Next, the peanuts are sent through cleaning machines to remove dirt, stones, and any remaining debris. Once clean, the peanuts go through a shelling process where the outer shells are removed, leaving behind the nut itself. They are then inspected again to ensure there are no contaminants left. The cleaned ones are now ready for roasting. They're loaded into large industrial ovens and roasted at specific temperatures to bring out their rich and nutty flavor. Roasting is a critical step as it enhances the flavor and aroma. Different roasting levels can be used depending on whether the final product is intended to be light, medium, or dark in taste. After roasting, the peanuts are quickly cooled to halt the cooking process. They then undergo blanching, where the outer skins are removed. This step ensures that the peanut butter has a smooth consistency without any unwanted texture from the skins, or any remaining impurities are removed during this stage as well. Now comes the primary step in making peanut butter: grinding. The peanuts are fed into large grinders where they're crushed into a coarse paste. The paste then goes through a second round of grinding, making it even finer. For extra smooth peanut butter, some factories use a third grinding process to achieve an ultra-creamy consistency. Once the peanuts are finely ground, additional ingredients are added to create the desired flavor and texture. Salt, sugar, and sometimes a bit of oil are mixed in to enhance taste and ensure smoothness. If the peanut butter is meant to be crunchy chopped, peanut pieces are added at this stage. These pieces are mixed in with the smooth peanut butter base to create a crunchy texture. For smooth peanut butter, the mixture remains as is without any additional pieces. Before packaging, samples of the paste are taken to the quality control lab. Once the peanut butter passes all quality checks, it's ready for packaging. The peanut butter is poured into sterilized jars on an automated filling line. Each jar is filled to a precise level, sealed and labeled. The sealed jars then pass through a cooling tunnel to help the peanut butter set before shipping. Finally, the jars are packed into boxes and stored in a temperature-controlled warehouse, ready for distribution. And here we have peanuts goes into a large coating drums, where melted chocolate is gradually poured over them. The coated peanuts are then sent to a cooling area, allowing the chocolate to harden with a smooth, glossy finish. Finally, they pass through quality control before being weighed, packaged, and sealed to ensure freshness.